Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today is a bittersweet video. We are going to go into the December 2019 Fairyloot crate, which was Defying the Odds. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. As I said in the intro, today is a bittersweet video because as of yesterday, I actually canceled my subscription to Fairyloot. It was a hard decision to make, but I will talk about it in a future video as to why. Yeah, so this is, I didn't know it at the time of receiving it, but this is now going to be my second last Fairyloot crate. My last one will come later this month. I suppose there is still time for me to renege on that and I can get my subscription back. My husband's very supportive of it, but we'll see how we go. So without further ado, let's get into this box. It's Defying the Odds. I'm currently sitting on the floor in front of my bookshelves. My bookshelves are going to be changed in the next probably 24 or 48 hours. And I guess I'm just getting a little bit sentimental and so wanting to utilize them while they're still here, and they look very, very pretty. So I've taken out the wormies already, so I have seen some of the items, but I kind of forget because that was like right when I got home and I was super excited about having mail. So let's get into it. We've got the spoiler card for Defying the Odds. Very excited. The first item that we have are Califo Socks. I don't know if that means anything to anyone. So bookish socks. These are inspired by the Wraith and the Dawn series by Renee Adier and are created by the team at Fairyloot. Awesome. They have kind of, I'm guessing that the Califas are these things that are on here, but I have no idea. It is very nice and I love the colors. I don't really tend to wear a lot of socks other than white training socks, so we will see if these get a special place in my house or not. Okay, next up we have the tarot cards, and we have the Page of Cups and the Knight of Cups. And I've actually read this. These are from the, oh, give me a second. I know the series. These are from the Ember in the Ashes series. Took me a while to get there, but I do remember it. It is very interesting to see these two characters. It is a series that I did enjoy and I will definitely finish. Not sure that I like, oh my god, loved it, but I didn't hate it and I really quite enjoyed it and I want to finish it. So we'll see how that goes. These cards were designed by Gabriella Bujdoso. And yeah, they are based on Ember in the Ashes. Next up, we've got a pin that I know is definitely going to be a gift for someone, and it is the Fire Breathing Bitch Queen. This is obviously based off of Sarah J. Maas and her Throne of Glass series, I believe. It was designed by Bookmarked Tattoos. Next up, we have magnetic bookmarks that were inspired by Skyward and designed by Pigeon Princess. Those are pretty cute. A little slug guy and a bat. Oh no, that's not a bat. That's a spaceship. 10 out of 10 for me on my sick brain. Alright, the next thing that we've got is this Eid Black Orange Tee. It's got a really cool picture of a dragon on it. It's a black tee with orange pieces, and there's a compostable packet inside, which is amazing. We should all do our part for the environment. This is inspired by Eid, who is a feisty character from the Pride of the Orange Tree novel by Samantha Shannon. I have that book, and I still have to read it. Oops. So, the tea is made by the team at the Tea Leaf Company, and the label was designed by Novrin Tail. Next up, we have got a pouch. This was an item inspired by the Red Rising series by Pierce Brown, and it was designed by Chatty Nora. Alright, next up we have got a microfiber cloth, and it says, I think my favorite game is called How Many Chapters Can I Read in One Night, which like literally is every bookish person ever. The design was created by Literary Life Co. Next up we have Game of Pencils pencil set. It is the Game of Thrones houses and their mottos on them. And these were done by the Fairyloot team. We of course have the beautiful bookmark with the spoiler card art on it. We have an author's note, the newsletter, and oh my goodness, I totally did not know this, but there is a second book in this box, you guys. So it is actually an ARC, or an advanced reader's copy, of Wicked As You Wish by Rin Chepeko. It's supposed to be published in March of 2020. It has an exclusive cover, and it comes with a signed bookplate, which is right here. So I don't know anything about this book, and I'm going to share it quickly with you by reading the back. So this is Wicked As You Wish, Rin Chepeko, who is the best-selling author of The Bone Witch, which I feel like I've read, but maybe I haven't. Maybe it's on my TBR. I'm going to have to look that up after. Okay. Many years ago, the magical kingdom of Avalon was left desolate and encased in ice when the evil Snow Queen waged war against the powerful country. Its former citizens are now refugees in a world mostly devoid of magic, which is why the Crown Prince and his protectors are stuck in Arizona. This has a Once Upon a Time vibe to me already. Prince Alexei, the sole survivor of the Avalon royal family, is hiding in a town so boring that magic doesn't even work there. Few know his secret identity, but his friend Tala is one of them. Tala doesn't mind. She has secrets of her own, namely that she's a spellbreaker, someone who negates magic. Then, hope for their abandoned homeland reignites when a famous creature of legend and Avalon's most powerful weapon, the Firebird, appears for the first time in decades. Alexa and Tala unite with a ragtag group of new friends to journey back to Avalon for a showdown that will change the world as they know it. Arizona. I'm still working at wrapping my head around Arizona. This actually, I think, has a lot of promise, and I hope it's really good. I also need to go back in my archive, my own personal archive, and see if I've read The Bone Witch or not. It seems really familiar to me, though. Okay, we are now getting to the book of this month, and it is Eight Will Fall by Sarah Harrian. I don't know a single thing about this book, but I can tell you it's a book set in a world where magic is outlawed, and 8 criminals are sent on a mission to kill an ancient evil. This has an exclusive cover, an embossing. Oh, it's got a little falling. You literally will not be able to see it, but there's a little falling man on there. I'm sorry, you probably can't see it. It's got the reverse dust jacket. At first look, I definitely thought that guy looked like Voldemort, but now I see he doesn't at all. And it is signed by the author. Love. So this kind of sounds like a heist story. I'm going to see what it says about the book, shall we? So if you're like me and you don't know anything about this book, this is what Eight Will Fall is about. 17-year-old Larkin is an empath, born with the ability to sense the emotions of others and siphon them to either conjure or destroy. But magic is illegal in Demira, so most of her life, Larkin's powers have been repressed by Queen Melee's harsh edicts and the stifling presence of luminite metal. Yet, when Demira falls prey to an ancient evil lurking below the surface, Queen Melee calls on Larkin and 7 other outlaws to save the kingdom. Descending into an underground realm of unspeakable horrors, Larkin and her party must use their forbidden magic to survive what lies in wait with teeth sharp and talons deadly. As Larkin battles for her life, she finds a light in Ammius, a notorious felon with a shadowed past, and begins to come into her own magic. But as the dangers multiply and their band is picked off one by one, Larkin and Ammius realize their fates are entwined in a way they never could have imagined. The 8 of them were chosen for a reason. Sounds interesting. It's magical. What more can I ask for? I just hope it's good. Well, that has been my unboxing of the December 2019 Defying the Odds Fairyloot crate. My heart is a little bit sad right now, having opened all of it, shared it with you, and now realize that this will be one of the last ones I ever receive, for now. But there's always time to change my mind if I want to. We'll see how it goes. The words of wisdom that I have for you today are to let discouragement fuel you rather than stifle you. So whatever journey that you're on, whether it be writing a book, learning how to do something new, play an instrument, start an exercise regime, train for something, we are going to have natural pitfalls in what we're doing. We won't always be on this naturally upward trajectory that we seem to think life is. And instead we have this little wiggle where we do well and then we go down a little bit and then we get back to normal and then we do better than normal, but then we come back down to normal. Then maybe we go a little bit below and back up and down. And life is just a series of these up and down squiggles. It's not a straight upward trajectory line that people want you to believe it is. But every little step that we make towards that progress is progress. And sometimes when you're on the journey, it can be really hard to remember that. So I'm really not just telling you this just for you, but also for me. I'm on some of those journeys myself. And I have to remember that every time I pick up my guitar, or every time that I choose to work out, or that I meet my goal for what I want to eat in the day, although I might not feel like it, I am winning. And the same goes for you too. Sometimes I'm way too hard on myself, and so it's easier for me to let you know how wonderful you are, to remind me that I've got that too. So remember that you are wonderful, you are loved, and this world just wouldn't be the same without you in it. So stick around, because we're so excited to see what you do next. Until next time, make sure you stay beautiful. Bye.